Alcorn State pulled off the robbery here with FAMU, man. Hey, what's up, guys? It's the Bluebloods back with another episode. But Alcorn State made some waves in terms of offensive line recruiting, landing former three-star Florida A&M offensive lineman Delonus Kabir. And this is a giant pickup for Alcorn. I said all last year, starting with the MEAC SWAC challenge, that I thought the offensive line really lacked the needed size to compete in the SWAC. And you saw in that NCCU game, they had an injury here or there, and all hell broke loose in terms of that offensive line, and it really started to pick up late in the season. But it was clear they had to add some size, and they've done that on the recruiting trail this far. But they get a guy right here that it brings plenty of size, physicality, talent to that offensive line. 6'3", 315 out of Belglade, Florida. And this guy is going to solve an immediate issue for Alcorn State. Has 4 years of eligibility left as well. Was a consensus three-star recruit, a top 130 offensive guard in the class of 2020, was a top 280 player in the state of Florida, top 250 according to 247 Sports. Was once committed to Central Florida, UCF, decommitted there, wound up at FAMU, and this year saw limited action in a really loaded offensive line class where, I mean, they had Keenan Forbes, they had J. Jackson Williams, the list went on and on, but he was primed to be one of the top guys on FAMU's offensive line. Announces his transfer after spring practice and picked up offers from Toledo, Valdosta State, NCCU, also Alcorn State, and announced his commitment to Fred McNair's squad today. He played both ways in high school, as you're seeing on the highlights. He played defensive line and offensive line. But the number one thing he is just an absolute mauler in the run game, man. You can see on multiple plays, like right here, he moves the entire offensive line. His job is to just clean everything up, and the running back's going to hit the hole behind him, and he wipes out the entire defensive line. He's big, he's physical, he's got a lot of strength, and in the run game, that is where he's going to excel, man. He just has the power, the physicality, and the explosiveness to be a problem for any matchup coming downhill. In terms of pass blocking, you can see in his highlights, man, he was just so much stronger and bigger than everybody he went up against. I mean, he was throwing kids down with one punch. He generates a lot of power from just his pass blocking stance, man. I mean, from just his arms alone, just that initial punch can rock some people, as you see right there. Now, at the next level, I do want to see him work on his pad level at times. I think watching the spring game at FAMU, you saw he is already improving upon that, which for me really raises his potential in the SWAC and in college football. I think over the next few years, you're really going to see Kabir become one of the top offensive linemen in the SWAC. FAMU really was excited to land him in this recruiting class. Flipped him from UCF, had multiple top offers, including Southern Miss as well. Tennessee State came after him hard, but he has the size, the physicality, and the technique to really be a factor. And I think when you look at what Alcorn needed, size was the number one thing at the line of scrimmage. They had to bring in size. They landed multiple guys in the early signing period that I think brought a lot of that onto their offensive line. And now they get a guy who was a three-star recruit, has some SWAC experience. On top of that, also comes with the size and the talent to really upgrade this offensive line. And now you're looking at Alcorn's offensive line as arguably one of the most improved units on that team. And it's at the perfect time. And you look at just in their division. I mean, you can even look at the whole SWAC. They're gonna have to play Texas Southern, which has Tyler Martinez, one of the top defensive tackles in the SWAC. You've got Jason Dumas and Jordan Lewis over there at Southern. That's also in their division. There's a lot of good teams, man, that have really, really good defensive lines that they're going to have to go up against. They got Jackson State on the schedule, of course, with Niles Gaddy, Devontae Davis, even Katron Evans. You have a lot of guys who are gonna be big, physical on the defensive line and quick, and you're going to need guys like Kabir to be able to counteract that. And this is a huge pickup for Alcorn. I really love what I see on film with him as a former O lineman, I feel like this was a giant pickup for Alcorn State and Fred McNair. And with a new quarterback, Felix Harper is gone. The number one thing you can do to make him feel comfortable in a new system, in a new scheme, is give him time to learn, give him time to throw the ball and feel comfortable in the pocket. The worst thing you could have happen is while he's still trying to learn the playbook, while he's trying to get used to his wide receiving chemistry, his offensive coordinator chemistry, he's getting sacked. He's getting sacked 3, 4, 5 times a game or consistently under pressure. They brought in an excellent center addition. They got some guards to come in. You get Kabir, who could slide into the offensive tackle or offensive guard spot. I'm very interested to see where they put him. He has the size to play either position. Also has the athleticism to move down to guard and be one of those power run blockers where he can pull, kick out. He can do all that. So for me, a very versatile piece that addresses one of the major concerns I had for Alcorn coming out of last season. And this is one of the biggest pickups for Alcorn State this offseason. I'm extremely excited to see what he brings to this offensive line. And Alcorn has a lot of opportunities throughout the season where if their offensive line improves, they're going to be able to make some waves and compete in some really, really big games and some big matchups that they have coming up on their schedule, including Stephen F. Austin, week one, that has multiple All-American defensive linemen on that team as they're one of the top teams in the FCS coming into this year. So Kabir was a needed addition, a huge pickup here for Fred McNair and Alcorn, and this is one of my favorite pickups thus far that we've had recently here in the SWAC, and I'm extremely excited to see how this all pans out. But hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, comment below. What do you think about Kabir's transfer to Alcorn State from FAMU? Do you think that this is the final piece to the puzzle of I guess this rebuilt offensive line for Alcorn State going into the 2022 season? Comment that below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Also, check out our website, thebluebloodspod.com, for all other FCS recruiting updates and a lot of other content there. But until next time, guys, the Blue Bloods are out.